Hello, Gerbil. How are you doing? My first day stream for as long as I can remember. How late did you stay up last night? Yeah, that's a long night. I stopped streaming. Hey, Zero's online too. So I stopped streaming when I did. Slept for a while, woke up, did some work, slept for a little bit longer, did some more work, and now I'm back on. Who's bored? Man, it's dropping frames today. 3%. Not so bad. What you been up to, Zero? You've been busy lately, huh? How's your streaming going? I'm slowly trying to move my streams to the daytime anyway, because the all-nighters are taking its toll. But haven't been able to do it. This is the first day stream, I don't know, in many weeks. But I'm going to be trying to do more day streams and less all-nighters. That's the goal anyway. I thought your stream was doing pretty good. You seem to be getting followers pretty quickly. What about your D&D gaming? You still doing that? Did you ever pick what character? Were you going barbarian or did you go for something else? What did you end up deciding? Yeah, just ignore people. I had my first real troll the other night. Had to ban him real quick. And yeah, it kind of sucks at first, but then you're like, yeah, whatever. You picked a wizard. Oh, cool. No, just the guy came in. He was sort of, how do I say, like passive aggressive. He was sort of complimenting the artwork in a negative way, which, you know, I don't care. So I wasn't really caring about how he was treating me. But then he started attacking Falling Up. And, you know, I'm not going to put up with that. So I banned him right away. He was just, you know, starting to be a jerk. Little stuff like I didn't give him a chance to really get started, but I said, dude, you know what? I've gone this long without a troll. It'd be good. He goes, oh, you're a troll, blah, blah, blah. But he deserved it. He deserved it. So I banned him. He was definitely going to be hostile. No doubt about it. He just came in here just being a jerk right off square one. Yeah, that's the thing, you know. I can take a little bit because sometimes people's humor is sarcastic and I have to take their measure and see what they're about. You know, and I'm not so thin-skinned, so I can kind of take it for a little while. But because he started picking on Falling Up, that was like, nah, that's not going to happen. It's like, sorry dude, you're out of here. And fortunately he didn't come back. He's not one of those stalker types that comes back and, ha ha, can't ban me. So he had his little fun, got banned, and it's all done. But yeah, like I was saying the other night, I don't understand how people choose to be that way. Why? Why insult people you don't even know? They're so unhappy in life that they have to insult people they don't even know. Yep. Yep. So unhappy. So life can be tough for all of us, but how we treat other people is always our choice. And they make this choice to treat other people like shit. So I'm sure they're getting banned left and right. I was playing a game, EVE Online, which is a fantastic game. Loved it. But so many trolls in that game, and they thrive on it, and the game actually encourages it. So I'm like, I don't need to play this anymore. And that platform has lost a whole lot of players for that same exact reason. Yeah, Falling Up was fine. She was thick-skinned too. Yeah, she took it better than I did. I was pretty pissed and upset. Hold on, I gotta stop my dog from barking. Yeah, the game is fantastic. It really is amazing. But it gets to be very tedious. It's like a job. And it takes a long time to get decent at, to get your stats up that you can actually do some cool stuff. So it takes a lot of patience. But it's still cool. Frustrating, but cool. Hey guy, how you doing? Oh, Zero, fantastic. Always good to hear you drawing. Or D&D. It's good to hear that you're doing something that you want to do, enjoy to do, all that good stuff. You're going back to school? That's great, man. What school are you heading to? Guy, how's your comic coming along? I think you're drawing comic, right? Oh, awesome. Now, if I remember correctly, and forgive me if I don't remember correctly, but I think you were taking design? Or am I getting confused? What were you taking when you were at school? And what are you going to master in? It's always good to have goals in life. Even though I learned that super late in life, I'm a big fan of having goals, setting them, and always striving towards them. And the key is never stop having them. That was my mistake. I got complacent. Wow, that's a whole lot of studying to do. Now, for the associates, no, I don't know. All of those fields sound amazing and fun to me. I was going to ask, is it going to make it tougher for you if your associates is towards art and photography and graphic design, and then switching to the masters for game development, animation, or filmmaking? Or are they set up so that the associates builds upon the foundational skills of the master's degree? Like, are they all sort of the same goal? Oh, that sounds so much fun. That's a pretty exciting career path or degree path. So I look forward to hearing about it as you progress. I'm almost jealous. If I were younger, man, I might do something like that too. It sounds really cool. Yeah, think how good your skill set's going to be when you're done with all that. Dude, you sound like you got a lot of stuff going on, like a big turnaround. It's exciting, man. Oh, I absolutely know. When you're having fun and being happy, you can take on life a whole lot easier. And I applaud you for taking control and making decisions. It sounds like you're acting on them, so you're doing everything you need to do. Jaced, raiding me. Who goes there? It took Jay ages. Ages to set up a raid, or ages to what? Essenfer, how are you doing? Oh, thank you, Jace. Thank you very much. So you're just finishing up your stream. I'm going to go take a look at what you got here. Oh, game player, fantastic. This is the best damn artwork we've seen, so we convinced him you're worthy. Ah, I'm not worthy. I'm not worthy. But thanks for coming by. So please, well, you can see all my past artwork that's scrolling in the lower left. But if you really do like this artwork, you want to follow it. Instagram is the way to go because I post everything as it's being worked on and completed in Instagram. So I would appreciate any follows there as well. So how are you guys doing? This is what I'm working on right now. So I do lots of D&D monsters, creatures, and characters, and this is supposed to be a death dog. A death dog traditionally looks more like German Shepherd or some other Labrador Retriever type beastie thing, but because I own 2 pugs, I wanted to make my death dog have more pug face, so that's why he's looking the way he is. Yeah, Zero, absolutely. I want to get back, or I want to know how you progress. I'm looking forward to hearing about it. Shadow Mo, thank you for that follow. Welcome aboard. Yeah, it's not truly Cerebus. Essenfer, thank you for that follow as well. Jace, you've got a follow coming, even though it hasn't pinged yet, so thank you very much. Hope to see you guys often. I'm going to be trying to stream more often at this time. So we might cross paths a little more frequently. So yeah, the lore of the Death Dog is they think it might be a spawn of Cerebus. So that's why it has multiple heads. So one of the things I do is for folks who contribute to the stream, they get to pick a monster from the D&D list I've got listed on my website. So other followers picked a Death Dog. So that's what I'm working on. I do not use Photoshop. I mean, it's a fantastic program and, you know, awesome painting tool, but I happen to be using Clip Studio Paint because I like Clip Studio Paint's line work. The line work is still better in Clip Studio Paint than Photoshop, you know, so when I'm inking a line, super sharp, nice tapers, all that good stuff. There's Jace's follow, you know, the system's pretty slow. So thank you for that follow. So Clip Studio Paint is kind of similar to Photoshop. Photoshop's way better in a lot of areas, but Clip Studio Paint is excellent in what it specializes in, so that's what I use. And I am drawing with a tablet, so it's not a screen one. I'm drawing with the Intuos 3, so it's an old one. And I have it mapped out to be the same, a one-to-one relationship to my monitor. So I'll show you what my monitor looks like. Oh, how come they didn't change? Uh-oh. Oh, because I have to do scene change. Duh. So there's what my desktop looks like when I'm drawing. So this space right here, where the dog is mapped out one-to-one to my Wacom tablet. And so, if you guys don't mind, because I don't want to bore you either, I'll open up a past art and show you what my process is, because I draw everything with layers. So I did a priestess last time. Let me see if I set up a command. I did. So there's the link to my Instagram. Alright, so I'm going to hide everything first and then kind of slowly build up to show you what I do. Alright, so I do a gestures first, just to kind of get the pose down. On top of that, I'll rough it out. Usually it's in blue line. Then I'll clean it up a little bit and do what I consider my full render with a pencil. I'll do borders, so it's part of my inking process, but it also sets up my color zones. And then I'll finish up the inking. Most of the time I'll go from the inks to the forms, but nowadays I just started changing, so I add some shadow. I do some form work, which adds some dimensionality to it. Add on some flat color, and then depending on the image, there might be some more layers if there's different lighting or something. This particular image, I don't think I did any additional lighting or textures or effects or anything else, so I kind of stopped right there. So, and the nice thing is, one of the reasons why I love doing it this way is, like, every layer lives by itself. I only have to focus on what I'm doing. And when it all goes together, it's like magic. It looks pretty cool. Haha, that would be fun. I don't know how strong I would be on likeness, but I would work on that, make sure I get a good likeness of you. So if you wanted to be a superhero, what type of powers would you want? I would totally do a commission of you as a superhero. That would be a lot of fun. Yes, sir. Instagram. So there's the link to my Instagram, Shadow Mo. So if you want to follow that, I update Instagram after every image, and actually 3 times per image. So I do it at the ink stage with the shadows, then I do it at the end. I do it at the pencil stage, the inks with shadows, and then the final stage. So you kind of see the work, you know, as it's coming along. But yeah, Instagram is always kept up to speed. The other social networks that I use fall behind, so they're a little bit slow and tardy. Let's see, favorite hero is different and easy. If I had superpowers myself, it's a hard question. Yeah. So if you did have superpowers, what would you want? You got to limit yourself too. Can't be Superman with one of everything. Well, you can. You can do whatever you want. Like I like Captain Marvel, the old Kree warrior Captain Marvel with cosmic energies. You know, that's absolute my favorite superhero genre type. I always loved cosmic heroes like that. What is my biggest, most likely known projects you've worked on? Well, I'm a graphic designer, so most of my stuff you would never heard of. I'm just now building up to be an artist this year. Just started, you know, pretty much December. Hopefully what you might see in the future is I'm doing some game development with a friend, a new friend. He's doing all the mechanics and I'm going to do all the artwork. But we have literally just agreed to sign it, to work on that together. So in the future, like starting as early as maybe a couple weeks from now, instead of drawing strictly D&D monsters on stream, I'm going to be drawing stuff for, thank you for that, host. So I'm going to be drawing stuff for the game. So you'll be able to see sort of the game development as it goes along too. And hopefully that will be the project that you'll hear about my name and I'll finally be known as somebody. You know, at least a game artist. Doctor Strange, yeah, Strange is awesome. So that's the type of superhero you want to be? Or you want to be a magician? A rival to Doctor Strange? That would be cool. You'd have mind control? Yeah. Not a rival, but an equal. Well, there can only be one master of the mystic arts, so you would be a friendly rival, right? But would you be able to accept that he was the master and you were not? Yeah, Strange is OP, you know, most of the time, but if done right, it's always fun watching magicians. Okay. So the master of mystic arts from another planet would be cool. So would you be humanoid, fantasy race, and alien race? How different would you look? If I had powers in real life, sometimes I think mind control would be the thing to do. But would I use them for my own personal gain? Dun dun dun. Would I use them to punish other people? Dun dun dun. So it's a sticky wicket there. Ooh, a master magician with 4 arms? That would be cool. He's okay on C35. What does that mean? Yeah, you would use your mind powers for your own self-gain. Yeah, I think it'd be hard not to, right? You have to be a really morally strong person not to use it for your self-gain, but I think I'm morally strong, but I don't think I'm that strong. I'd probably be getting the jobs that I wanted. Any business that I made would be a success, you know. Oh, okay. C35 is Earth. Okay. Oh, absolutely. I appreciate you taking the time and coming by. And yeah, if you got folks that enjoy art, bring them on by. I'll try to keep everyone entertained. I try to have good art ready to go. You've been, like, deterred by who you rated before? Yeah. I did do a Hellboy piece. You know, I realized it seems like everyone has to do a Hellboy piece. So I'm like, okay, I'll do one too. So definitely my fan art coming through there. And that was an early one too. Yeah, Jace, you're the aspiring artist, right? So yeah, it's kind of like a rite of passage. Everyone does their own version of Hellboy. I literally can't think of anything else that so many artists have done their version of. So I'm like, yep, I'll do it too. Yeah, it was fun. I like it. Hellboy is such an interesting character to draw. Yeah, well, you took a risk rating me, or rating anyone out of the blue. Usually I will raid folks that I visited their stream first. You know, sort of like pre-test them ahead of time. Because you never know what you're going to get, right? Now, I haven't come across any... Well, I've come across some weird raids. Not raids themselves, but weird channels. But that was their strength. Just, that was how they entertained. It wasn't weird in a bad way, but I'm like, wow, this is really funky. But yeah, you kind of have to know what you're getting into. Because your folks that are following you, you know, you want it to be something they like. Had beers, by the way. Yeah. So my stream's good, you know, to hang out and chill. Because I usually have this ambient stuff in the background. Usually got ambient music. So it's really kind of low key. So a lot of people come here to relax. A lot of people come to draw along with me. So it's pretty low key following, which is fine by me. That's how I set it up. Definitely a place to come chill. I have not done any Witcher work. No one has requested anything from Witcher yet. I do commissions, just like every artist does commissions. But I haven't pushed it, to be honest, because I've been doing the D&D stuff and these little micro commissions, if you will. But yeah, basically if anyone requests something specific, then it's a commission. If they want something that's really cheap to do, then all they have to do is contribute even 1 bit. We'll get it on the list. But the more you contribute, the higher on the list it goes. So it's sort of like a commission, but not quite. But yeah, with Witcher being so popular and with the show coming up, I assume it's still in the works. I haven't had any requests for Witcher yet. Huh? What does that mean? F rip stream? What does that mean? I haven't seen that before. Do I have a playlist? You mean just the stuff that I've been playing? Yeah, these sounds are all royalty free on what's it called? tabletopaudio.com. So if you want them for your streams, they're certainly available. You can go take a look at what they got there and pick your playlist and play it on your streams if you want something from this guy. Yeah, I've dropped 4.1% of my frames, which isn't bad. I usually like it to be below 5%. One of the challenges for me doing in the daytime is that there's so much network traffic going on, it can get a little sketchy. All right, Essenfer, take care. See you next time. Essenfer, that reminds me of Eisenfer. I think Eisenfer was a rabbit character in Watership Down. Yeah, see, my stream is starting to drop. Now I'm above 5%, 5.4%. So yeah, it's getting kind of sketchy. Uh-huh. Yeah, so when my stream gets sketchy, it's still okay. okay. Oh, got it. So F, rest in peace stream. You're laying it to rest. Got it. Okay. Cool, cool. Good to know. I don't get to play many games, so I don't know the game means. Yeah, take care, Essenfer. I'll see you next time. Yep, yep. All good. I am dropping 7.4% of my frames now. I wonder why it's having issues. Most of the time I don't drop any frames. Like I usually stream late at night. Like really, really late at night. Don't drop any streams. Any frames. But right now it seems to be having difficulty. And getting worse. I think right now is peak time for Twitch, so it has a hard time keeping all the streams alive. .7%. It's getting worse. Yeah, sometimes I'll lag for like a minute and then it clears up and goes back down to super low percentage. But right now it's still building up. I'm still dropping frames. And I know it's nothing on my end because I've streamed multiple browsers using Wi-Fi in my house, and it's streamed 100%. So when this crap happens, I know it's network issues. I'm over 10% dropped frames now. So now you're really going to start noticing the difference. Alright, Jace, thanks again for that raid. Thanks for the chit chat, and I look forward to seeing your art in the future too. .7%. I'm going to have to stop the stream and restart. Yeah, art is art. I love watching art. I love looking at what people do and how they progress and all that good stuff. I wish I had control over this stream. It's all over the place. Now I'm at 13.6% dropped frames. If it hits 20%, I'm going to reboot the stream. Which is a shame. I shouldn't have to do that. Yeah, but her bunnies and skulls painted look awesome. So OBS is trying to use a huge amount of my CPU. I think OBS is the problem. Perhaps. Even though it works fine most of the time. 16.5% dropped rates. Well, like I said, if it hits 20%, I'm rebooting. 18.2, still building. $18.1, it actually went down a little bit. $17.8. Excellent. Quiet. Autosave. Dropped frame rates are down to 15.5%. Hello Zod, how you doing? Guy is back. So I'm working on this death dog. Somewhere along the line I deleted a layer. Oh well. Yeah, I got some shadows worked in for later. Got to add the sharp light from the top left. So still plenty to do. But yeah, it's fun. Like every drawing, right? Every drawing is fun. Did you just get done streaming, or are you just signing on? Oh, you've been here a while. Yeah, man. Could do a voice edge. Well, my own Discord has a voice channel as well. Unless Connor's on. Is Connor streaming? I think he usually streams around now, doesn't he? Yeah, I've always had a Discord. I thought you were on my Discord. Are you not? Huh, look at that. You're not. Huh. Yeah, mostly I see Connor use that when he's streaming with Mick, or I think he used to stream with Luke once in a while. Alright, so I got my chat open. Anyone can bounce in. I don't use it too much, but anyone can bounce in. I've read that it's risky to have the chat open because folks will come in and be disruptive. Yeah, no problem. Come on by whenever. Yeah, I haven't heard anyone drop in on an artist, you know, unannounced and trolling yet, but last time I said my stream doesn't get trolled, I got trolled, so watch. Someone will come by today. Ah! Who knows? But I'm going to take a quick break and help out my wife. I'll be right back.
Hello?
Hello?
Hey.
Who's there? Who's there?
Zod, how's it going?
Zod, how you doing?
Yeah, good.
The one and only Zod
Finally.
is here.
Yeah. Finally got my coffee and set myself up. Takes a while for me to set everything up.
Oh, sure. Yeah, now that you're here, I'll probably leave you here, but only for a few minutes while I help
Okay.
unpack groceries and stuff like that.
Oh, no, that's fine. That's fine. No.
But not yet.
Let me know when you return. I'll be listening in.
Not going anywhere just yet. So what are you going to do? So you're streaming now?
I'm streaming right now.
All right. Very good. Something has changed. What are you drawing today?
So basically, a few days ago, I started Blue Dragon. I think you may have seen it. I'm not sure. As a portrait. There was a few mistakes I made, and yeah, just like I had to repaint it and restructure it a bit, and I showed it to Meerkat, and Meerkat gave some feedback as well. So it's more little additional changes that I think it deserves. So
Cool. Yep, anything to make it better, right?
Exactly, exactly. It's Friday. So Friday's usually not safe for work night, but it's like because it's a commission. I thought let me just focus on commission because it's not safe for work. It's personal work. I can deal with that later on or
Yeah.
tomorrow. Or
Yeah. All right, so I will be back in a few minutes after I unpack the groceries.
sure.
Is that I got cheered while I was away? Hey, zombie dance team leader. How you doing? Let's see. Great stuff. Style similar to the original basic D&D and A&D first edition manuals. I get that all the time. I don't know why, but I hear it all the time, and so I'm okay with it. Sounds great. I will be drawing some D&D stuff too. You there, Zod? Oh, you're muted. Okay.
I'm yeah. Sorry, I'm here still. Yeah.
Yeah, no problem. So I will be drawing more and more D&D stuff. You know, part of my plan is to do some D&D game supplements. And maybe I'll market it as kind of classic D&D. That would be cool. So thank you for the bits. I mean, it's pretty rare that someone pops in for the first time and contributes bits. Now, Zombie, I have a, for everyone that participates, which you've just done, if you choose to, I have that link goes to a page on my website, and if you want to pick one of the monsters, I'll add it to the queue, and I'll draw it, you know, in sequence. Totally up to you. Excellent. I'm glad you're a returning follower. So it's good to see you. Oops. So if you like fantasy creatures, Art of Zod is and sharing my talk channel with me on Discord. But if you go check out Art of Zod's channel, he's drawing a or painting a blue dragon.
Yeah, I was just going to tell my followers as well. I'm a voice con with Planet Chaos. If you haven't seen his work, I'll ping his Twitch account in the chat. Check his stuff out as well. Boomeranging back to you.
I do that shout out Art of Zod, right? That's all I gotta do. And no, is it asterisk SO? How do you do a proper shout out?
I'm not sure. I assume it's with I use Stream Elements, which is explanation SO, and then you do the command. Oh, you did it, yeah.
Yeah, but you know what? Maybe I don't have Stream Elements set up, and that's why it doesn't do it.
Ah. So I was just telling my some of the viewers that turned up that I had a chat with Meerkat last night.
Yeah.
When Connor was on during the time when it's like 6 o'clock in the morning here, so just loitering around as usual. I was watching, and Meerkat was around, and when he finished streaming, I just had a chat with her. And one of the things that one of the questions that she raised to me, and one of the things I was trying to figure out is, where do I want to go with my work? Like,
this was a question raised to you.
It's a question I asked her as well. Like, I asked her, I asked her in terms of when you look at my art station, what do you see? That sort of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's and she gave me an honest answer of like there's some good stuff there, but like all the commission stuff you do seems a bit hard, like seems to be forced upon. But when I'm doing the personal work, which is the animal, the full on wildlife paintings, they have more. They are what I can really do. So but at the same time, I'm in a situation where I'm just thinking where do I want to go with my work? What's like if like that you get people that do concept art, you get people that do illustration, you got people that do role playing art. I've kind of sat there thinking where do I want to go with my where do I take my work? What do I do?
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, all of your stuff is anthropomorphic, right?
Yeah, but like, the thing is, I found that whilst it's great to do that, I don't know. I don't know if it's me. I'm not feeling. I'm not feeling it. You know,
Oh,
like
yeah.
I mean, I mean, it's a great market, but it's not that big compared to other markets out there.
Yep.
And it'd be nice to branch out, but at the same time, like you see all these other streamers which work for industries and stuff, doing some wonderful illustrations, and they've got lovely ArtStation accounts with loads of great
Hey,
works and stuff.
Zod, I'm so sorry. Hold on just a sec. Go ahead, babe.
Okay.
Where is small apple juice?
I did put it in the fridge.
Oh, fridge?
Yeah.
Small apple juice?
Yep. The 6-pack?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. All right, Zod, thanks.
That's right. Yeah, it's just yeah. So when I saw these people, their works, that's when I raised the question to Meerkat, saying like, where am I going with my work? What you know, I don't know where I'm going. I don't know what to do. But it's something I need to think about. I guess go away and think about long and hard and decide what I want to do and then work towards it. I guess. So,
Yeah, it's always good to have a goal, but are you sure you don't like furries? Because you've been doing it for so long, it seems to be your passion. Are you just getting tired of it? You want to change into something else?
yeah, like, well, look, the things I want to challenge myself. I really want to go. I don't want to just do one thing every so often because when you do that, you end up relying on it. Like it becomes a crutch. And like when I started doing the orc stuff, it was like a breath of fresh air. And at first, I was concerned that I wouldn't be able to do humans properly.
Mm-hmm.
But like there is a market for it. And I see a lot of Twitch artists do a lot of human stuff, and they seem to be doing really well. And there must be a market for it. If you can do it well, I'm sure people will come and see it. And I just feel that the furry market it's just too small for me. I think
Are you
branch out.
going to any trade shows? And the reason why
None.
the reason why I'm bringing it up is because there was a guy that I was talking to just the other night, who goes to furry shows, and that's his specialty. He's drawing anthropomorphic stuff, and
Okay.
he's making like 30 grand a year after expenses,
Wow.
going to a lot of those shows. So I think the market's there. I think you just have to find the people, because
Yeah.
he was going to trade shows I haven't even heard of, and a lot of them were very small. But he said he's doing very well just doing his anthropomorphic furry creatures.
Do you have a link to his work? Do you know?
Let me find out. It was something Coyote, and he just streamed recently.
Oh, Blinded Coyote.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's Blinded Coyote.
Yeah.
So you
Yeah,
already know him.
he's in a Telegram group which I like. We post art and stuff on there for people to credit and get help with and stuff. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. But what I found like I mean I'm right now I'm streaming in other platforms like YouTube and Kato.
Yeah.
Kato is obviously where I do my not safe for work, and I find that on the not safe for work side, I'll get more of an audience compared to so right now I'm doing safer work, and there's only like 3 or 4 people in there. Like if I was doing not safe work, then it would be like 5 or 6 or 10, whatever.
Yeah.
It kind of so it's kind of like right now I'm at a point where people only seem to want to see my work if I'm doing not safer work.
And do you enjoy doing that?
I don't mind it, but I don't think that's it's not you can't really put that on ArtStation or other places.
Yeah.
That's where it becomes a bit of a grey area, you know, like if you're, you know, it's like can you can't put that in your portfolio, like erotic art or
Yeah.
whereas work that looks. I mean, you can make some really good safe work art, and if and if it's if you can sell it, that's great. But like, I've always found that I'm at a point where I'm thinking, well, I should push my not safe my safe works side out, because there's clearly on Twitch there's people getting a lot of followers. There's people out there who are really successful with just doing safer work.
Yeah. Well, I'm convinced it's a slow road, but you should do what you like, because really the goal is to attract like-minded people.
No, exactly.
Yep.
Exactly.
And so I know it's tough, because I face that question myself. It's like, do I want to go for a market, or do I want to do what I love to do first and then try to find or create a market after that? And I think it's a slower way to go, to do what you love, unless, like the D&D market so far on Twitch is not that big, right? So some people will come by and they appreciate it. Some gamers will come by, but it's not that big of a market. But yet,
Right.
that's what I really enjoy doing.
Yeah.
So for me, I could do, I don't know that I could necessarily draw in the style, but I could draw a manga or anime style bikini type models, but it's not my thing. I enjoy drawing what I'm doing, so at least my choice has been to kind of keep plugging away at what I really enjoy, and hope that the followers that appreciate that will find me. And then of course you have to be good enough, right? So I figure when I'm good enough, people will really come. And right now people are coming, but not in droves. So, and I honestly don't think I'm good enough yet, but maybe when I'm better, so I've always said that the followers will let me know. I just got to keep working hard, and then they'll let me know when I'm ready. But it takes patience.
No, of course.
Takes
Of course.
patience.
Yeah.
It's tough when you want to make a living at this, and you're like, okay. And
Yeah,
your
so-
paintings are fantastic. So it's probably maybe a little bit more frustrating for you, because your paintings look really, really good, whereas mine, I feel like, hey, I've got a lot of growth to do. So maybe it gets a little bit more frustrating for you. I don't know.
No, well, I think. Well, no, I mean, from looking at your work, is great. I think for RPG stuff, I can definitely see your work in an RPG book. It's got the way it looks, the way it's drawn. It works. That's what I think. I mean, I've always there's a few of our other artists I've seen who do kind of this similar sort of style, which looks like the perfect role playing book artwork, and I can never achieve that. Because I'm sure there are RPG companies out there which are picky about what kind of style they want. Obviously, some of them don't want too heavily realistic. They want something that looks in between, like line work with lots of line weight in certain places to give it more depth, rather than insanely real.
Yeah, I would say a lot of those, the higher end games, the big markets like Wizards of the Coast, they just want quality painters. And sure, you got to have the imagination, but if you got the painting skills, that gives you a chance already.
Yeah.
And my style really doesn't look like that painterly style. So the way I'm looking at it, I'm still developing the style and trying to find, like I was telling someone just the other night, it's like I'm totally happy with what I've been doing so far, but I got to figure a way to level up so that it becomes, so that rises to that level it needs to be to actually catch those art directors' attention and say, hey, you know what? This has potential.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Zombie Den's team leader is saying to do well on Twitch, you have to stream your ass off. Totally agree with that. More importantly,
I agree with that.
more importantly, make a schedule and sticking to that schedule.
That's something I haven't been keeping up with. Like, I mean, I'll stream on the day, but in terms of timing wise, it's never the case. I'll say I'll start streaming at 10 o'clock, and then I end up just starting at 1 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, I'm totally guilty of that too. But it's kind of catch-22. As I get more successful on Twitch, I can dedicate more time to Twitch and do the schedule. But right now, sometimes it's pretty random. But yeah, I've noticed other streamers, like I'll call her out, Jen is Fit. She started about the same time as I did, but she streams a ton. You know, she's on all the time, and she's got a following that's like 10 times bigger than mine in the same amount of time.
Wow.
So, and she's, you know, she's charismatic, kind of goofy, kind of fun, you know what I mean? So people like her personality anyway. But, and her art's good and everything. So to me, that's like proof, you know, the more you stream, the more chance people have for finding you and finding you consistently, like Zombie says. So I think it is important to stream a lot if this is where you want to build your market. But yeah, I was amazed how fast she was growing. But she's streaming sometimes. I don't know. It's like, it seems like she never stops streaming. She's on a lot. 12, 14 hours a day probably.
Yeah, I've always found that. I mean, I'd love to do that same kind of thing, but I'm always my mental state is always thinking like, well, if I want to stream something, I should make sure I've got something to stream rather than just streaming for no reason. Like, if I've got nothing to paint, then there's no point in me streaming something if I've got nothing, if I'm working on nothing.
Oh, that's why I'm doing my D&D cards, right? Because I wanted a purpose to my stream, so that way, even if no one shows up, I'm actually going forward with my goal of getting these cards taken care of. So maybe that's a little bit similar to what you were saying earlier about having a goal or having a project. You know, maybe set a project for yourself so that, you know, even if no one shows up, you're advancing your project. And, you know, maybe it's something that you're going to do in Patreon someday or Kickstarter. Because my cards are going to go on Kickstarter. So whenever I'm done with them, so everything I do is advancing that goal one way or another.
Oh, nice. Which comes to my next thing. So like, this weekend I'm hoping to launch 2 Patreons.
So, all right, cool.
Because basically, Patreon doesn't have any means of you can't have one account with two campaigns. You have to make 2 separate accounts per campaign. So basically, the first one, which will be obviously my own one, so all the work I do on Twitch and YouTube and stuff like that. Yeah. And then the second one is a not safe for work one. So all my not safe for work is separate from my normal stuff.
Got it. Okay.
So that because I don't really want the two crossing over.
Yep.
But some people said it may get confusing, but I said that it's the only way right now to do it. Otherwise,
yeah, I think if you're clear and upfront about it, you know, like if you had, say, like a web page, and the web page says, "Hey, go here if you want this. Go here if you want this." I do both.
Yeah. Do you have a Patreon? Have you thought of making one, or?
No, I have one set up, but I don't have anything on it yet. So it's under Planet Chaos again, but I don't even have. I just haven't got, because I don't have enough. I don't feel like I got enough followers even to justify Patreon yet. You know, I'm barely working with Twitch, to be honest. So I think if Twitch ever builds up, then Patreon is a natural extension.
Yeah, it's just that I said it because I've read an article somewhere, because like some people say that, like, you know, there's the question is always, the golden question is always like, when should you make a Patreon? And I can't remember where the article I read it. It said, you know, this one article which one case study showed that this person that started a Patreon off when they had a small audience, but they were slowly growing whilst they started a Patreon. So, but the nice thing about that is if people like seeing you progressing, you can share your updates with them constantly on that Patreon.
Yeah.
it's another way. So if you're still growing and you're still trying to gain audience, if someone notices you and they can still join your Patreon regardless of not having, not being that big yet, but you've got something there.
Yeah.
Something to. So I
Yeah,
thought, let me
I'd
just
have to
make one now.
consider it because it's the time needed, and then you've got to promote yourself
Yeah, yeah.
so that they know Patreon's there. And the only place I would say promote myself is just being on Twitch. Now Zombie agrees with you fully, so people love those updates. So
Yeah.
maybe you guys are going to talk me into Patreon right now.
Because a reason I say that because I think you said you've already got a Patreon activated, like active. Is that correct, or you haven't made one yet?
Yeah, I know I've signed up. I know I've done the profile, but I don't have a campaign
Page
set up.
launch.
Yeah.
Oh, reason why I say that because on the 6th of May, Patreon are introducing a new tier, a creator tier system. So if you don't launch your page before then, you may get put onto a lower tier system. So what they're doing is there's 3 tiers. There's light, pro, and premium. And the light package just basically gives you limited access to your Patreon account. So when you make a Patreon page, you can't make any tiers. It'll just be a tip jar. The next one up from that is Pro, and Pro gives you all the access to all the level tier stuff that what you have right now. When you try to make a Patreon page, it lets you create tiers and stuff.
Okay.
I've got a feeling after 6th of May, they might make that as a premium thing where you have to pay a monthly fee to use the Pro side of it.
That would surprise me because I thought Patreon was having a hard time keeping people on the platform already.
Yeah. So, but what they're doing, what they're saying is, if you launch your page before then what happens is that you automatically get upgraded to Pro. So you don't have to pay anything, I believe, if it does happen.
Okay.
So it's I told Meerkat about this, and Meerkat's I told her to just try launch her page now. Just put some silly text on it saying, "Look, I'm Meerkat. Send me some money. Send me $1." just launch it. So that way.
Yeah, good advice. Okay, I'll make sure I get mine up just in case then. So I
Yeah,
guess
once it's up, then you can just tinker around with it later. But get your page up there before they start issuing out the new rules, and then.
Yeah, it probably won't take me that long because I've already got the tiers set up.
Oh, that's good. Yeah.
Yeah, just on a spreadsheet, and it's going to be the same tiers that I have on my website. So yeah, I've already got my tier system set up. I just haven't activated. And for anyone in my chat, I'm going to put that up there. So I think it was Keepers of the Faith. Let's see. No.
Abbreviations.
There we go.
There you go.
So I think that's where I've got my tier system. So it's going to work the same way. Patreon's going to work the same way. And that was important for me to keep Patreon and Twitch equal. So the tier system works no matter what platform you're on. You get equal share. But yeah, I think I'll have to set that up then because I don't want to get missing out on something.
Yeah, I mean, I could be completely wrong. I mean, I hope Patreon doesn't do any charging things, monthly fees or something like that. But this I think this rollout they're doing is to prevent people from making from there on. Yeah, anyone after this, I think after 7th of May, when you start making a Patreon page, the only thing you can do is turn it into a tip jar.
Okay.
That'll be the only option you'll get. You won't be able to make any tiering stuff on it. I think they're trying to compete. Maybe they're trying to compete with Ko-Fi. I'm not sure. Just another way of milking more money out of newcomers.
Yeah, could be. Like I said, I read one article, not a lot. I don't do too much research, but that they're having a hard time. A lot of people didn't like some of their decisions recently and changing processes or billing options or something like that, and a lot of people left.
Yeah.
Now I don't know what a lot of people is. The article didn't state what a lot really means. It might have been biased, all that stuff, but
yeah,
that's what they were trying to say. So I'm a couple minutes away from finishing up for the day, just so you know. Because I gotta get ready for real life work here in a sec. But I wanna finish this blending here. And I want to go to your channel and take a look at your dragon. I haven't had a chance to do that yet. I don't know if I like this lighting all that much. Maybe when it's colorized it'll look okay. So it looks pretty cool, I guess. Alright, so I'll save there.
I need still need to spend some time with Clip Studio to figure out how to color stuff in them.
Now, are you using Photoshop for your painting?
Yeah. I tried using CSP for painting, and it just frustrated me because I didn't have a clue what the brush settings did and how they worked, and it just drove. You know when you get frustrated, you just don't want to do anything. So I ended up just going back to Photoshop again.
Yeah. I think for pure painting, Photoshop's a better tool.
Mm-hmm.
So unless you're doing line art, I mean,
Yeah.
or building a comic book, there's no real reason to switch over to Clip Studio Paint, to be honest. So.
Yeah, I mean, what I tend to do at the moment with my comic is I do all the line work and panel layouts and everything in CSP, and then I save it out as a Photoshop file. And
Oh,
bring it to
excellent.
Photoshop for coloring
Yeah.
in.
So you're doing best of both worlds.
Yeah. But I mean, I've seen like people that use CSP for coloring in, and it's just amazing. Some of the stuff you can do with it, but it's just how do I do it? I need to learn that.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah, you know, the
obviously
good
CSP's
artists-
guides are a bit weird.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what tool the good artists use. They find a way to make it look good, you know?
Yeah. I mean, for me, it's just trying to find a good manual for CS because some of the manuals the manual's a bit vague. I find. I mean, to read it again, but
Oh yeah, I always do trial by error. You just kind of have to. But you know, YouTube really comes in handy. Watch those
Yeah.
tutorials.
that's the thing I was thinking of doing next. If I can figure something out on CSP, just make a video about it, how to make panels or how to slice panels up and
Yeah.
how to use the brushes effectively. 'Cause I'm sure there's other people out there with the same boat as me, just frustrated using something that they're not sure about.
Yes. All right. So yeah, I better quit now so that I got enough time to get ready. You know, it's hard to quit when you're drawing. I'm looking at your blue dragon guy, by the way. He's looking really cool.
Oh, thanks. Yeah. Yeah. The teeth I did originally were very wrong. They look, well, according to Meerkat, they look artificial. So that's like, okay, time to listen to the teeth again.
Yeah. I like the half smirk going on. It's looking cool.
Yeah. So another problem that's wrong with it is the neck anatomy. So I'm looking at some bodybuilders. So I need to brush up on neck anatomy.
I think the neck, to me, looks fine. The trapezoids look fine. The sternomastoid is going way down his chest.
Mm-hmm.
So, but that could be the way
this-
the way you've set up the bone structure too. I can't tell because it's off screen.
Oh yeah. Okay. So you mean the
Yeah.
the tendon that goes down from the jaw down to the bottom? to
Yeah, that's the
clavicle,
sternomastoid,
Yeah.
and so it usually stops at the collarbone.
Yeah.
So you have a collarbone that's way down there, and it totally could be. That could be the way you've structured the bone. Yep.
Yeah, I mean, in my mind, I think I made it too thick. I need to double check this. I just kind of winged it and put it together, and I
It's-
thought let me get a reference afterwards. And
Yeah. Well, it's massive up top, but again, in my opinion, you can get away with that because he's not a human per se. But they
Yeah.
usually taper more at the bottom.
I get you. I might. I'll definitely will look into that.
Yeah.
Get
Not
it
that I
right.
need to tell you how to do it. You paint far better than I do, but
Oh no, no,
that's
no!
what
It's,
stands
it's
out.
always good to get. It's always good to. It's always good to get feedback. I was gonna ask Connor if Power would have like a special kind of like crit area, because that'd be nice. Because the thing is that right now on my own server I've got a crit section, but normally what I tend to do is I normally send all my stuff to Meerkat and then get her to give me everything because Meerkat's been mentoring me for so long. She kind of knows what she has. I already know what kind of expectation of feedback I get from her. So like she'll tell me bluntly, this is wrong, this is wrong, this is wrong, this is wrong, and I'm like, and I go, yep, thank you very much.
Yeah, you're
I
right.
get
You're
on-
right. You're
yeah.
right. Damn it.
I don't want to be sugar coated with like, oh yeah, that's great, and because I know a lot of artists which I've showed to them, they go, oh yes, great and everything, but they're not really telling me what I want to know. I want to know what's wrong with it.
Yeah.
I want to know. So yeah, I always trust Meerkat's judgment, and Connor's been useful at times as well. So any comment I get from artists is always appreciated. So
Cool, cool. Yeah, it's tough to critique sometimes because I try not to critique, honestly, because sometimes people, like the few times that I have tried to critique, usually people will ask me, what do you think? And so I give the opinion and I try to say, this is what you're doing good, this is what you need to build
Yeah.
on. But not everyone wants a critique, to be honest. Sometimes people just
yeah.
want an ego boost, you know?
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's why I try to avoid. The fandom has that kind of. There's some which have that kind of mentality that they don't want to be told. And like, in a nutshell, everything that people produce in the fandom is just tends to just be disjointed anatomy, just made up. But as long as it's got big boobs and whatever, it's fine.
Yeah.
People praise that. I think that's one of my problems. Because I take so long producing things and rendering things out and making sure things look right. That I'm spending more time on one piece where others are just spitting out artwork, and I don't care about whether it looks accurate or not. As long as it's got big boobs or whatever, it's fine. Ship it.
Yeah, that's that goes back to what we were talking about before. Just draw what you love to draw.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
you can't worry. You know, because I'm a very slow artist. People are, you know, it takes me a few days to do one piece, and it takes other people one day. But you know, speed comes later. Right now,
No,
at least for
totally,
me, it's all about try to get better. So yeah.
No, I agree. No, I totally agree.
All right, I do have to sign off. I'm sorry to just bluntly
that's fine.
go, but I do have to
That's
take
fine.
off now.
It's good chatting with you for that. It's just a short period. It's good.
Yeah, I would like to chat more on stream. This was good, so we'll look for another opportunity to do this.
Of course.
All right, so everyone on Zod stream, have a great night. Everyone on my stream, thank you for stopping by. I probably will stream for a very short time this evening, depends on when I get done with work. But I definitely will not be streaming over the weekend because I got so much stuff to do, but I'll try to get this piece done as soon as I can. So Zod and everyone, have a great night. I'll see you guys as soon as I can.
Cool. Have a good one, Planet.